Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gap. That's Dalitha. I am Travis. It is Wednesday, and it looks like they're putting their top star on AEW up against fucking Garcia. I don't know why people don't watch.
That's so weird. I don't know
I just
either.
can't understand it. I mean, I have this program,
Especially
and I want
when
it to be successful, but I keep
Especially-
putting this fucking morons on TV.
especially when they're in Buffalo. I mean, who wouldn't?
Well, what's wrong with Buffalo?
I don't know. It sounds stupid.
Well, Buffalo isn't going to make or break you. Maybe WWE goes to Buffalo.
His pants don't even fit right. Like, his pants are too long. It looks dumb. The other one has, like, whatchamacallit pants on. Women's pants. Has them all stuffed into his boots. He thinks he's cool.
And far from it. You know what I mean? Like, you
Excuse
probably couldn't get farther from what you would consider cool.
me. It's so funny.
Lightly, okay.
Walter's in the chat, though. Hey, Walter. Good to see you tonight. Chris is here as well. Hassan and Aoife are with us.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys? Thanks for being here. Walter says hello to us. He's saying there's going to be good matches on Dynamite, but he didn't win bingo, but he came close. They started late. Well, if they would have started on time, you would have won, Walter. But he says on Friday he's going to movie night, so he's not going to be here. Ooh, Walter, what movie are you going to see this Friday? Do you know yet? Chris says this shit is stupid. MJF and Drew Mack all trying to be Roddy Piper with stupid leather jacket, thinking they could cut a promo. You know, Chris, it's not just that. It's the fact that now they've got him going up against Garcia. Like, come on. Like, they couldn't find a better person. This is dumb. Hassan's in the chat. Says, hi there, guys. Happy Go Home Show special, guys. There's a Go Home show? What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a pay-per-view this weekend.
Oh, yeah, we don't care about that. Aoife said hi, and Chris says they also trying to be like Triple H with stupid leather jacket. I bet you anything that's just not even real leather, Chris. That's even more lame. It looks like plastic, so you know it's not real. Brandon Stevens is in the chat, says, hey, Wrestling Gab. Mina marry Brandon Stevens. Oh, Brandon. I think she's tooken by somebody else. Just kidding. Eva says, I just got home like an hour ago. My friend is driving. And we just went like halfway around the county. Ha ha. Well, that's
awesome.
cool. You know, I remember those days back in the day. Young and driving around all the time. Enjoy it while you can. Then you get old and you never do that shit. No, nobody saw you as anything but the weirdo loser you are.
Still a nothing. Except for they put you on TV for whatever goddamn reason.
Eva says you guys are freezing a bit, like stopping and starting. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi.
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi.
It could be our Wi-Fi.
Ours has a tendency to do stupid things, so.
I have no idea, Eva. We'll check our stuff out and see if it's us.
Yeah, it's probably us.
It might be us.
Why wouldn't it be?
They don't like to make sure that we have good internet most days because they're retarded. Lame. So, sorry. It might be ours. But there's nothing we can do if our internet's stupid. Is there an NBA game on?
Jesus Christ. Like, I don't understand why I can't find any channels. I couldn't find ESPN. I can't find NBA.
Are you looking for NBA TV? Like that?
I don't think that's what it's called, but I thought it was network, but.
What are you looking for specifically?
The draft.
It shows possible draft stuff, so maybe that's it. Chris says the only drip MJF has on is that Armani belt. He has an Armani belt, Chris. How did you know?
Because it has a certain
Are you
shape.
like one of those guys that just like knows things? Is it because of the label on the front or something, the way it hooks? Is that why? I don't know that stuff, so I'm just questioning.
The material, like the shape of it.
Well, that's what I said, is the belt buckle on the front, like, their stuff or something, and that's how you'd know. I don't know Armani, so I wouldn't have any idea.
It's color.
Armani is a brand.
Fuck, it's a shape. It's a
code.
What,
that's what I said. Walter says MJF promo. Is it? I don't know if it's his promo or if it's Garcia's. Walter wants him to fight. Oh, that's nice of him. Eva says, it could be mine. It happens sometimes on the lives. It's just stopping and starting and skipping a bit. It could be the fact that our stuff isn't, like, going through as well either. Oh, no, not the rudely interrupted. Oh, he's got questions. Danny probably doesn't have the answers, though. Yeah. I don't know what he's thanking him for.
Can't be the draft because it keeps saying get to know. It wouldn't say that.
Right.
But, yeah, it's all over the internet that it starts to... the second final round starts on June 27th. Maybe it's last year? No, that's 24.
Yeah, the NBA draft will be broadcast on ABC and ESPN.
I figured it would be ESPN, but for some reason I guess I don't have that, which makes zero sense. If I can just type it in. Okay. No, there's no NBC.
Well, it's because you put an S. Now you've got a Q.
Since I can't see that. Oh.
Yeah. Elsewhere names. Aoife says some parts of the county I'm going to college in has no Wi-Fi. LMAO, Ireland is like the Stone Age in some parts. Yeah, I could see that.
That's okay though. It's fun to live in the Stone Age.
You know, there's some places around here that you can't get any kind of service. And you wouldn't have Wi-Fi either, so you don't even have cell phone service. Walter says, okay, at 9, I'm going. I'm still in the chat. And Chris says, Armani is like Chanel or Coach or Michael Kors, rich people stuff. Well, I understand that, but how did you know his belt was Armani? Is it because of the belt buckle? That's what I wanted to know. Piccola says, howdy, gabbers. Hey, Piccola. How's it going? How you doing tonight? You watching the NBA draft? Travis is trying to. I think he finally found it. He found it! He found the Aspen.
It looks like Zachariah, is that the guy's name, went number 1?
Ooh,
or is that who's predicted? Is it not started
best
yet?
available.
Throw that away.
You want me to throw it away?
Well, I can't see the damn TV. And they got just garbage on our TV.
Because, like, what's new in the world of AEW? Not much. There's just talking.
They're trying to bury their show for whatever reason. I can't understand it.
He's trying to make Daniel Garcia cool, and it's not going to happen. Rebecca's in the chat, says, hey, Francie Kitty, wherever you are. Yeah, I don't know where the cat is. Chris says, you're not a king if you don't have a title, MJF. That's right. He knows nothing.
I just don't understand what's happening.
Oh,
on
there
the
he
TV.
is. Hi, cat.
Absolute trash.
Here he is, Rebecca. I found him. I found the cat. Here he is. Here's the kitty. Yes. I guess this is the round 1, pick 1.
Good. Well,
He's from France.
Hey, they took a
Oui, oui.
French guy last year too, number 1.
little skinny pancakes, le crepes.
Like crepe. He doesn't look as freakishly tall as the guy they took first last year.
Come back. Yeah, I
Two-time
heard.
medal winner. How is that huge? Like, quit trying to fucking make it something important. It's Daniel Garcia. Like, stop. For who?
Yeah. Sophie's in the chat for a second. Says, hi, how's everyone doing? Pretty good. Chris says, what a waste of Wembley match. Right?
Yeah.
Sophie says, Pat McAfee missed Raw on Monday because his father-in-law died. That's a good reason to miss. Chris says, yeah, because the belt buckle is double A logo. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Arn Anderson.
Aoife says, yeah, no service or anything. Kind of scary. What if there's an emergency? I'll be lighting a fire to catch a helicopter's attention or some shit.
Exactly. That's what they used to do.
Yeah, it's called smoke signals. It's cool. Vindicator's in the chat. Says, hey, everyone. Hey, Vindicator. Picole's like, sup, Vindicator. And
Sup.
Vin says, and yeah, Garcia versus Maxwell is a mistake. Will versus Maxwell is a worthy all-in match. Sophie says this week marked 15 years since Michael Jackson died. Wow. It's a lot. A lot of years.
Be right.
Is it
15.
more than that?
I would say 10.
15
What
and
year are
no
we in?
husband. 24.
Didn't he die in like 12 or something?
I have no idea.
They keep letting these Europeans in our basketball league, and so they can't play defense.
Because they're a bunch of weenie pants.
Not them. Like, the NBA can't play defense because they don't play defense over there, and so their game doesn't transfer. Like, if you ever watch their game, there's zero defense.
Well, maybe they should do a lot of hip checks on them a lot and show them what defense is all about.
Right, but then they wouldn't transfer over, and they're trying to make it a world game.
I don't give a
That's
shit
what
what
I'm
they
getting
do
at.
over in the world.
If they add defense back, it just turns it into an American game.
Maybe they should just have it as an American game and stop catering to the fuckwads overseas.
They're trying to get it global because there's more money globally.
I don't really care. I think they should all die.
See, there's that Wembayamba or whatever. He was first last year. He's super tall.
Yeah, they look lame to me. Oh, God, they're giving him the feel. Oh, that's nasty. Was it like the
He's
clap?
not very tall.
Is that like the clap?
Yeah, getting him the feeling.
That's gross. Chris says, Will Ospreay just made a sex joke that he doesn't last long with that Alex Windsor girl. I'm not kidding. He literally just said that. What the fuck, man?
So now, Will Ospreay's gonna wrestle this piece of shit? Like, so what's their end game here? That Daniel Garcia is the greatest wrestler in the history of the sport, and just let him go. Just be done with him. Quit trying to make it happen. It didn't happen last year. Now putting him up against your guys isn't going to make it happen.
Yeah, the audience is really intrigued by this whole situation. They're so excited for it that they are so quiet. You could hear
You could've
every
bring your
pin
cricket.
drops. Yeah, wherever he went. Did you put him outside?
I didn't see him.
You didn't see him? I don't know where he went then. He was like the size of a quarter. Vindicator says the random randomness of Sophie is still a thing here. Yeah, it is. So the Joshua Jackson is going back to General Hospital after about 30 years. Cool. Chris says they're trying to make Daniel Garcia be like Ryan Garcia, but it doesn't work. Vindicator says, so how you guys been doing lately with this crazy world of wrestling? Well, I was doing okay until they put this garbage shit on my television, and now I'm just disappointed in AEW all over again. It's kind of like a weekly basis of being disappointed. That crap is gross, and he needs to stop because it's disgusting. It's not cool, and it's creepy, and it's just dumb. So weird. Pickle's like, your league is just taking over. You have to consider AAUs are doing the job building superstars. Maybe they should stay in their own country and figure it out. So he says Matt Camp, the guy who used to work for the WWE, is talking bad about the WWE. No way. Everybody's talking bad about WWE. How is that even possible, Sophie? They're like the most mecca of everything.
Have you watched it lately?
They're like saints. They would never do anything terrible. Chris says last night Ariana Grace and Sol Ruca had a match on NXT future title match for sure. And Sophie says I expect them to have 4,000 viewers after tonight.
Who won?
Yeah, Chris. Who won?
Did Sol Ruca get the dub?
Vindicator says funny enough they are in Garcia hometown tonight. Boston?
No. Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo?
Swerve's house.
That crowd is really
John Moxley.
really
Yeah, this
bad.
crowd is dead. And look, notice they're only showing that side, so this side's probably empty.
There's some people on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll do the floors. Oh my god, now Wheeler Yuta's on my TV. This is how they fucked up and lost all their fans last year, and now they're like, they didn't learn from it.
No, they never learn from anything. That one guy that supposedly runs this crap, the Tony Khan guy, like, they really don't know how to do anything. I swear that he thinks he can write shit, but he doesn't know how, but he does it anyways, and it just makes everything really bad. Like, really, really bad. So bad.
Huh, there might be fans over there. That might be the other side. It's hard for me to tell where they're coming in at.
No, they're coming in from that backside that they always come in. See, the ring's right there, so you're on that side. The main camera's usually always there. And they're trying to keep this camera as close this way as they possibly can.
Yeah, and it's all dark over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not dark on this side, but yeah.
They always have an excuse. This week it'll be because the NBA draft was on.
Oh, is that why?
Last week it was because a WNBA game was on, probably. Or a high school volleyball game.
Oh, yeah, high school volleyball games will do it. Vinegar's like, funny enough, the Arian Garcia... Oh, I read that. Sophie says last week was a very hot week if you are a WWE fan. And Vinegar says, well, Sophie, a lot of the hot stuff WWE is doing, Dalitha's not even a fan of it. And Piccolo says 2 Frenchmen in a row.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
to back.
why don't they just get rid of the NBA League here? I mean, really, why don't they just get rid of it? Just put it over there in Europe. I mean, after all, if they're just going to saturate them with foreigners from over there and they have their own goddamn fucking shit there, I mean, why bother? Like, they have their own fucking stuff in every country. France has its own team, and all the other countries have their own teams. Why don't they just get rid of it in the United States completely and just put it all over in Europe?
So weird.
How's that being weird?
It's
Are they doing it with football? Do they do it with soccer? Like, oh my god, our soccer team, we totally need all the people from, like, Brazil and, like, the UK because they're just so good.
They're way better than ours, by the way.
Well, of course they are. Because that's where they played it more.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, that doesn't make them better. Like, they're garbage. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
What's so good about them?
What are we talking about?
I don't know. These people from other countries pretending that they're so good in our NBA.
Okay. It's NBA because it's the National Basketball League.
National Basketball League does not mean that you are from other countries and it's the world. It's not the World Basketball League. No.
They're coming over and playing.
National Basketball Association is not World Basketball Association. National Basketball Association is just the United States.
All right, I don't understand your point. The facts are it's a billion-dollar industry.
Why, my question is, why are they recruiting from other countries? For no reason.
Because they're good.
Are they? If they're so good, why can't they play the way it's supposed to be played? If they're so good.
They started changing the rule 20 years ago for this.
Oh, so they're catering to the Europeans.
Players.
Oh, so why do we have it in the Americas still? Why do we even have NBA? They should make it something different. They should be bought out by, it looks like the French, because it seems like the French are doing really good. They should just be bought out by France and have it over there.
Why are you so weird?
It's not being weird.
A little bit.
That's not being weird.
They're not going to sell
that's
out.
Why
you
not?
mean like sell
They're already selling out.
Sell a team to somebody from
No,
France,
just
maybe?
get rid of every single team in the United States and sell them to and put them over in Europe.
Yes. I'm going to watch the freaking...
Oh, no. You said it's the NBA, and it includes everybody. So it could still be the NBA. It's just not here anymore. It's located over there.
Why would they do that?
Why not? They're recruiting all these guys from over there.
America spends money on shit. You want your business to be successful in America.
Why?
Because Americans spend money on shit.
Oh, well, didn't the Europeans start it? I mean, isn't it their sport? Didn't they start all this? Didn't they start basketball? It's theirs, isn't it? Didn't they start it?
I don't think so.
Oh, they didn't? That's weird.
I have no idea who started it. Some dude in a basket and ball.
It's probably over in Europe. It was probably somebody in France. They probably did it. Now they're finally reaping their rewards.
This is terrible.
Of course it is.
I almost have to just turn this shit off. What the fuck am I watching?
People we don't even know. It's really good. That's so great.
This is like backyard wrestling.
They have that? That's weird.
Dude just ran into him with his head and then hurt himself.
So it was like we saw Jacob Fatu debut the Wyatt 6 arrive and Joe Hendry showing up in NXT. And there's like exactly my point, Sophie. Dalitha does not like any of that stuff or even know who Hendry is. I like him though. Yeah, you guys keep talking about him, but nobody can tell me stuff about him. It's weird. People's like, oh, it's Elijah. Elijah.
Elijah?
Sophie says it'll be interesting when Raw goes to Netflix. How it will affect YouTube channels that do watch-alongs like you guys do?
Why would it affect it in any way at all?
Are they going to change the time and days, and it's not going to be live, and they're going to have spoilers? I don't know. What is it about it that'll make it different, Sophie? Chris says, "Oh shit, my boy Takeshita, LOL 69, and Soul was the one who won the match."
Yeah, they must not like that Grace.
Ariana Grace.
I like Sol Ruka, but I mean that Grace to me seems like she's the future. But obviously they don't like her. They don't like women that can cut promos.
How dare they talk?
The other girl, Sol Ruka, can't talk. She's good though.
Well, that's why she won then. She doesn't talk. She knows her fucking place. It's called wrestling in the ring and making sandwiches. The fuck? Seriously, get with the program.
Yeah, exactly.
Get with the times, Travis. Vindicator says, only interesting about Raw meat on Netflix is there will be more cursing. Is it that interesting, though?
I just don't see that.
I mean, the only way it would make it interesting is if they just had the ladies out there with their boobs out all the time.
Right, and that's
make it boobs. I mean, if that's what you're going to do is putting on something, cursing does nothing. I don't give a flying crap if they never say a curse word.
We watched cursing on AEW. It didn't work.
Who cares? Like...
Edgier doesn't work. It's happening right now. Look at your television. Jon Moxley is like the king of that shit. It didn't work. AEW draws like 400K, 500K.
Yeah, boobs.
When they were getting now exactly.
Throw a dick out there. I mean, come on, give it all to us. Just have them wrestle naked.
But I guarantee if they did what Vince did in the 90s and did TNA, some tits and ass, and started putting really good-looking women on there, and they were wrestling in mud and had bikini contests, that shit would be bigger than WWE in less than a year. Because people would watch it that don't watch wrestling.
Oh, he's saying that the group that's on in the other three group is a New Japan group called LIJ. Had no idea who they were, honey. Sorry.
Yeah, they had said it.
I forgot that they're doing their stupid Forbidden Door stuff, so we won't... It looks like a giant turd.
Yeah, the cookie.
I'm like, is that a giant turd? What are they showing me right now? Is that supposed to be appetizing? No. Anyways, Pico says, I don't know, I'm keeping my mouth shut. You shouldn't. You should tell me all about the NBA and why they're doing what they're doing. Oh, wait, I don't care. Sophie says Triple H didn't answer the question on if Raw is staying 3 hours when it goes to Netflix. Who cares? I mean, Sophie, even if it doesn't matter. Robert Cortez in the chat. Hey, Robert says AEW awesome extreme wrestling. Is it, though? Is it awesome or extreme? I mean,
it can be good.
I mean, if people get hurt, that's extreme. I've seen that. I've seen some backyard wrestling injuries, and it's pretty grotesque. Vindicator says NFL does bring in a lot of rugby players from other countries, so all sports try to branch out. But do you hear that in their draft, Vin? Like, do they draft them? Is it all over their draft? Are they the first ones that are drafted? No, they're not. Yeah, they're not. So there you go. Chris says, well, it's because Jericho is in Tony Khan's ear and he doesn't have a writing team, so they don't have good storyline. The wrestlers claim they make their storyline and pitch to TK, which is a problem.
Yeah, think it's a terrible problem.
So
there's no direction.
So you're telling me that these wrestlers think that these are good storylines? Oh my God.
Well,
they need to never write anything ever.
And that's why
including
if this is true, then MJF should never be allowed to have a pin. And Omega should never be able to have a pin because they just had Garcia on their fucking thing.
Yeah, and Will Ospreay, because I think that's who you meant.
That's not who I said.
You said Omega, but I knew you meant Will Ospreay. So we're going to throw him in there too, because there were some Omega ones that were pretty questionable about his shit too. So yeah, no. Yeah, gross. Sophie says, I heard AEW Dynamite will be going to London for the week of one of their biggest shows. They have a pay-per-view that's happening in there, Sophie. They're taking one of their pay-per-views to the UK. AEW is.
Yeah, in summer.
So I'm not, I guess I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay.
What was the words?
I heard AEW Dynamite will be going to London for the week of one of their biggest shows.
Yeah, it would be that week.
Vindicator says that basketball is a global sport, so NBA market themselves globally, just like AEW and WWE.
Right. They had to change the rules for the NWA, dear God, the NBA to placate to the Europeans.
Well, that's pretty sad and gross. Sophie says Joe Hendry was in WWE before he was on a random episode of Raw with Rusev and Lana, like in 14 or 15. Yeah, 10 years ago, Sophie wasn't really watching this and don't really care. Quentin Mitchell says Roman Reigns' dad passed away.
Oh, that's too bad.
He did? Pico says every other sport has expanded to other countries.
Yeah, there's money out there to be made.
Question. Do those other sports, when they draft, are their major top drafters always from other countries? It's a question. It is a legitimate fucking question. Oh, so you're telling me the NFL? So the guys that were drafted this year for the NFL, the top guys that were drafted are from other countries?
Right. Why are we talking about the NFL?
Because we're saying other sports, and that's another sport that's supposedly global. So Vindicator just told me. The NFL brings in a lot of rugby players from other countries, so that means it's global. So if it's global, then that means that they're bringing in, and their top drafting people should be from other countries. The same with baseball. Tell me, how many years has the top people who have been drafted been from other countries?
The draft in baseball is a little bit different. They sign them as free agents, but same principle.
And when they go and they look at these kids that are playing baseball and stuff, and they're having their scouts go look at them, where are they usually going?
Japan.
So they just go to Japan and that's it. They never go to the United States. They're not in the United States looking at kids or anything like that.
Of course they are.
Oh, okay. So what's the main country that they utilize for their scouting?
The same as every other American sport.
Oh, the United States? Oh, that's weird. So why is the NBA scouting and drafting from other countries if it's supposed to be mainly in the United States?
Because they're good.
Oh.
Or they have
Oh, they're only good to a certain point because we had to change the rules in order for them to be good. Congratulations.
Years ago, yes.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Like, they've continuously made it that way, so that means that they're placating towards them. So basically what you're telling me is that NBA is garbage. Because they've saturated it with garbage that can't play a sport that should be played the way it should be played, but they can't because, God forbid, that somebody gets hurt, like their feelings.
Most sports they've changed because of the new generations. Baseball they've changed with all sorts of different rules. The NBA they've changed. NFL they've changed. They just changed the kickoff rule this year.
I'm not talking about rules
You
necessarily. No, I'm talking about rules to placate towards other players from other countries so that you can bring that in because you're greedy. That's called greed.
It's a global game. They've had a number 1 pick from China. Yao Ming.
How many years in a row?
What the fuck?
How many years in a row?
1 ever?
Oh, wow.
There's been 4 players in the history of basketball taken number 1 overall from a different country.
In the how many years that the NBA's been a thing?
70? I don't know.
So, once again, why are we placating to other countries? For a game that is supposedly American?
I just don't understand.
You guys can't answer the question.
Well,
and that's fine. Don't answer the question. It is a legitimate question. And you can't answer it because you don't know, for one, which is fine that you don't know. And what it is it's just greed. Because you already answered the question with saying, oh, it's about money. It's about money. So it's just about greed. That's all it is. It's about greed. The fact that you guys are so excited about it and want to watch it just blows my mind. Ooh, the NBA. It's so glad that they're just getting all these guys. Ooh, he's so talented. Oh, he's from France.
French Canada.
No, he's from real France, not from Canada, France.
I don't know anything about him. I didn't even catch his name.
Well, considering that they have the French flag, I'm pretty sure they're just from France.
Yeah,
Not the Canadian France.
Right. That's the South Park thing. Hurt my shoulder today. Why is this on my TV now? Now they just go worse?
It's that Takagi guy. He's going up against that McBryanson dude. They're going to have a thumb wrestling match. It's going to be great.
They should do leg wrestling.
No, it's just thumb wrestling.
It'd be more exciting than what we're about to witness.
I think they should just do pillow fighting, personally.
That shit's great.
Hey, it's Jay White against Ray Phoenix for the Owen Hart stuff next. That's going to be
deal.
so good.
That's better than what we've seen so far. I think they just wasted 37 minutes of my life.
But no, they never would do that. Vindicator said, I'm too young to remember anything beyond 2017. And Sophie says, rip to CK, aka Roman's dad. Chris says, are you fucking kidding? Looking at this card, you literally have Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. on your roster, and you can't make a 5-star show. But you gave us Orange Cassidy every fucking week. Oh, no. What's even better, Chris, is they started it out with that Garcia kid. I mean, wow. That is just prime specimens.
Oh, and then we had Wheeler Yuta following that up with Daniel Bryan.
Pickle says, Naismith was a Canadian. I believe he had the peach baskets in the beginning.
Yeah, the Naismith.
Naismith. Yeah. Sophie says, last week a lot of YouTubers praised the WWE as their best week of TV ever. I used to go to LIJ. And Ravi is in the chat saying, roll up, is there some wrestling going on? Yes, according to some people, that's what they call the stuff that was happening on our television. Piccolo says, I guess to keep up with the kids, literally I've seen kids making a video about singing Joe Hendry, and they knew all the words. He has a song? Like he sings? Like, does he make music? Sophie says, wonder if you could show Raw on YouTube once it hit Netflix.
Nope.
No.
Never happen.
No.
Netflix needs to make money. They can't make money if you can just watch it for free.
Yep. Chris says, at least my Stros are 7-game win streak in number 2 in AL West. We fucked up Orioles and now we beat the dipshit Rockies, which will give us a wild card. I don't know why you're so excited about him messing up groups that aren't that good anyways, Chris.
How far away? You're talking about October.
Rockies and the Orioles aren't really August that great at teams.
Or September yet.
Piccolo says, Sophie, what's LIJ for you? I'm talking about
New Japan. We haven't even had
faction.
July yet.
No, it's still June.
You got 3 months left.
Robbie says, yeah, they should swing them around as well, D. And Chris says, yeah, we need Tiffany and Scarlett out there. Robbie's like, crap writers in the back who don't know wrestling doesn't work. Well, the wrestlers should know wrestling, but that doesn't mean you can write storylines. Just because you're a wrestler doesn't mean you know anything. I'm not being mean, I'm just being truthful. Sophie said LIJ is a hospital in New York. Piccolo says dream matches would only be effective if the fans honestly knew the wrestlers and their history. That's true, Piccolo, because they're showing some matches that I guess for some people, if you're into New Japan, they could possibly be dream matches. But I wouldn't know because I don't know them. I know one and I don't like him. I don't know the other guy.
I watch other sports. I watch boxing. And I don't know the guys fighting, but I'm still interested.
Because they tell you about them.
Build it up a little bit. Fucking build it a little. Just a little
And
bit.
It's not just that, but when you're watching it, the commentators will actually tell you their history. Tell you about the kid, tell you about how he grew up, where he grew up. Sometimes they'll have little video packages about him and shit like that.
Yeah, you need the video package.
So you kind of know who the fuck they are.
Even if you don't know who they are. By the end of the match, you're like, oh, because then you can get to know the guys instead of going, who the fuck is this? And then going, what's his name? And then halfway through the match, you're like, I don't know what's happening. And you're done, and then the match is over. And
it's true. It makes it very weird.
Just let us, if you're going to keep bringing in strangers, let us know who the strangers are.
Pickle's like, hey, thanks, Sophie. Vindicator says not very much working in WWE at the moment either, unless you are a massive fan of Bray Wyatt, Liv Morgan, or Cody Rhodes, or CM Junk. Well, we know you're a big fan of Liv Morgan, Vindicator, so I hope you're happy with her whoring herself out for everything possible for that wonderful title that she absolutely had to have again.
Participation trophy.
Basically. Pickle says exactly, and I don't waste my oxygen chewing on a pizza crust. Right. So Pickle is like, Omega, is he still alive? No, I think his guts fell out. Literally. Chris says, yep, there's no writing team. TK has said that on record. Just because you're one of the boys wrestlers doesn't mean they are good stories. Chris says, yeah, Yamamoto and Otani. And Robbie says, you look at football, they bring in a lot more youth from other countries more than the homegrown talent. And Robbie says, even more players from abroad as well on the market. Players. People says, I don't follow NFL draft. MLB, I know they have international players. Yeah, but they're not always the main guys that are drafted. Or
in the draft,
that are in
it's
the
usually
stuff.
America's.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm having the problem. You guys are all like, oh no, this is normal. And it's like, it's not though. This isn't normal. This is saturating a game in the United States with players from Europe, meaning that it's not an American sport anymore. Give it up. It's not an American sport. If half your fucking guys on your whole roster of the whole NBA in the United States is from foreign countries, it's not an American sport. Fuck off. It's not an American sport anymore.
It's still
It's not, though. You just told me for 20 years they've been changing it to be what it is right now, and they're continuously going to change it to be so it caters towards players that aren't that good, but they're going to change the game so that it can make them look kind of good.
Right. You're still making it sound like there's more than one European on each team or something.
Yeah.
At max, there's 2.
Well, considering how they're going, it's probably going to be a lot more.
Eventually.
They're going to have way, way more. So, don't worry, in 5 years, every single team will have half their roster will be guys from other countries.
That's their goal.
That's what I mean.
That's
so they've already started. So don't tell me it's an American fucking game anymore, because it fucking ain't.
Bring back hand checking and get rid of the 3-point line. And I think it would change the game back to the way it used to be.
Right, make them work harder for it or something.
Damn quick. Okay, everybody else has to leave, it looks like. So it's just going to be Phoenix versus Jay White.
Yeah, they can't have their buddies in their corner. They made it all bad. Neanderthal guy's like, I'm going to throw my shirt at the ref. He had to rethrow it because it got caught up on stuff.
Yeah, because it's beaded. Because people used to wear beaded shirts in the 80s, and he's bringing it back.
Is that what? Is that what it is?
There it is. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jay almost lost it right out of the gate.
Pico's like, I read that. And then he's like, got the shoulder shrugging. And Walter's just, AEW pay-per-view Sunday. I will be here. Good AEW matches. NBA draft. Walter, we will not be here. We will not be doing the Forbidden Door pay-per-view for AEW. Don't expect us to be here. We're not going to be here. Just putting it out there now. We will not be here for that.
Yeah, we're not a big fan of the whole whatever they do at Forbidden Door, back door, whatever you call it.
I'm sure that for some people it's probably very interesting, but I don't watch New Japan. I have no idea who those people are. And so to me, it's just worthless, a waste of my time.
Right. I will watch it.
I will not. I will refuse to watch it. And we won't be watching most of it because it's on Sunday, right?
Yeah. What's going on Sunday?
Well, if it's at night.
It's a normal time, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it'll start an hour before we're going to watch House of Dragons. So, yeah. No.
Forgot about House of Dragon.
People's like, Travis. And Robbie says, so Ray Phoenix, is he going to be a bigger star?
No, so this is what irritates me, is that he's a small guy that flips around. And that's all their roster is. He doesn't bring anything else other than that, right? He doesn't do promos. He has no power. And he has no charisma for the fans. So he's a one-trick pony. I want to be honest and fair to him. But when he's with Pentagon, not that Pentagon cuts promos, they're a tag team. And they work with each other's weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Pentagon has power. Phoenix doesn't. But now they're trying to make him a singles wrestler, and it makes...
This time it maybe isn't going to be stupid. Fuckers. I don't know why they've been doing that lately, but it's been irritating as fuck. Yeah. I don't even know who you would complain to about it.
The mayor.
The mayor. I don't know if our chat's going to come back up.
Cool. My car's dirty. Legendary barbecue. Yeah. Well, I think we're live.
I'm guessing. It said we were still working.
Yeah, I just didn't know if anybody said anything. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking.
Well, there's some new stuff, so I'm guessing that it's still there. I don't know. Can you guys hear us?
Oh.
Is anybody out there? Hello?
Oh.
Hello? Anybody there?
Oh my gosh.
Is anybody out there?
You know, you do have a phone.
What? I'm not going to get on there to see. Let's see. Vindicator said, soccer is more of a European sport. Hockey is more Canadian, and both have lots of players from America, so it's all about profiting from international expansion. LOL. Which is funny that you say hockey is more Canadian, yet an American team from Florida won the Stanley Cup. So what does that tell you? Chris says, then you have Jay White with BS tag team being reduced to nothing. Yes, Joe Hendry makes parody themes and sings his own theme song. Oh, okay. Interesting. Vindicator says Zack Sabre is in New Japan. Sabre only does AEW for the Forbidden Door season. Robbie says, big up, Sophie's just repeating herself. And Chris says, no, these matches aren't dream matches. What, Chris? Come on. Robbie's like, yeah, football, they tell you about the player with a video package and interview. It's normal in football, but they have a cap. Football is a global sport. Pico says, I believe it was nice when UFC had that reality show and it built. I believe it was nice when UFC.
Yeah, it works.
And it built up the fighters. You got to see their personalities. Chris says, I guess baseball is a Dominican sport then. It's not.
Yes, it's a Dominican sport.
Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Sunday for AEW pay-per-view. Tired work today. I'm sorry that you worked today. I'm sorry you're tired, but we won't be here Sunday, Walter. You have fun at your movie on Friday. Hopefully it's a good one. Robbie says, but it's normal for team club sports to seek talent from the rest of the world. The sport wouldn't survive with just the home country's players. I'm not saying that they can't seek players from other countries. I'm just saying if you're going to base your whole fucking program on other country players, then you're going to fuck yourself.
Okay, with that argument, by the way, I'm the other one. I'm okay with the Europeans, but with that argument that was just made, it's not true. When the NBA was at its most popular, a European was very rare or hard to find. There was a couple.
Well, that's what I mean. It's an American sport, and now it's not, and how I'm looking at it now from just hearing what we're talking about, seeing what the draft is doing, and what you're saying is changing and stuff like that. I look at it, it's not an American sport anymore. It is not. It's a global sport now, so it's not an American sport. So what that shows me is it's garbage. There's no reason to even care about it, because if they're going to change the rules to make it easier for all these other people from other countries because they didn't go through all the rigmarole and rules and stuff that they did here in the States, then it just doesn't matter. Like, it just worthless. If you're going to make the sport a participation trophy for all and not make it hard for people to get into, then it's garbage and it's just about greed. That's it. That's all. Ravi says, but it's normal. Oh, I read that. Ravi also said, LOD, don't be tight for the pay-per-view. Pico says, no. It's been over 30 years. The Dream Team exposure happened. And plenty of Americans go overseas to play basketball as well. You know what's funny about that, Pico, is it's usually people who can't get into the NBA that go over to other countries to play. That's how it used to be.
I'm sure it still is.
They couldn't get into the NBA. So they go over to other countries to play basketball there. So Pickle's like, oh, thank goodness. Vindicator's like, LOL, if pro or college basketball went back to the 1960s style, the ratings would plummet and young kids would give up the game. Why? Because they're babies and they're offended by everything? Pickle says, well, this is unprecedented. Another French drafted player in the lottery. Once again. So Jay White is the advancer in the Owen Hart tournament.
Rim protector. Klingon. He's like Klingon.
Vindicator says the door card was very weak this year anyway. I'll only watch Will versus Swerve and Mina versus Tony. Chris says Penta is more a star than Rey Fenix, and he was a world champion in TNA. I don't know about Lucha Underground or AAA or CMLL, wherever they came from. I don't either. But Walter said yes, I guess, to Harris and CS. Piccolo said hello. And Chris says, yes, we can hear you. Still trucking, Piccolo says. Piccolo also says hockey teams are U.S. majority. The cities have more income and marketing. The players are Canadian.
Yeah, we got one moving in down the street.
Are all the players on the Florida team that won Canadian?
Or all of them? Like, there's no all of anything. Could be a majority.
Chris says Jay White wins with Sister Abigail. Yeah, he thinks he's cool with that, but he's not. Bill says, I care about it. If you don't, then that's fine. Chris has Christian Cage best thing in AEW besides Timeless Tony.
I don't know. That girl behind him looks pretty good.
The mom?
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Did you not see what she was wearing?
Leopard print?
Just boobs.
She's wearing her leopard print.
Does Jay White have a dead dad?
Maybe.
You want these? Christian's lowering himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
He should just
weird.
keep doing the dad destruction thing and move forward.
Yeah, you're gonna find loser.
Now they're pumped up a little. Get it? Because they got Reebok bumps on. He's as tall as that dude sitting down.
Yeah.
He's sitting. Richard Jefferson's on there, huh? The scapegoat. The Spurs are next. They took a center last year, Wallabamba or whatever his name is.
Oh.
French.
What? No.
Who they taking?
These guys are dumb.
They're not going to take Urkel, are they? Rob Dillingham? Looks like Urkel.
With his big glasses he had on. That guy looks like he's like 12.
Does he have a mustache?
Yeah.
No microphone.
They taken that away from him?
Guys. Maybe it's because it's Simone Biles season.
I don't know, but taking away his voice is so not cool.
It's like what they're...
Known for?
Yes, it's like if you have something that you're good at, keep doing that. Oh, I have an idea. Let's get rid of it.
Like, we're going to have these guys be like all, throwing their weight around, so we're going to make it so you can't have the ability to do that. That's dumb. Chris says Jay White wins with his sister Abigail. Oh. And Pico says, I care about it. If you don't, then that's fine. Depends on what you're asking if I care about.
Oh, they did. They took Steve Urkel.
I personally think that it's sad that they're changing a game that was probably really good and making it so that it's a participation trophy for players that aren't. So it's weird. But it's about greed. And that usually wins all, right? In any kind of corporate shit. Greed wins out. So. So all of a sudden it makes your brain better.
Riffle?
Weird.
Yeah.
Chris says Christian Cage best thing in AEW besides Timeless Tony. Pickle says the majority of the players are Canadian. I suppose. I don't know.
Well, that's where the good players come from.
Robbie says, but if I'm a player, aka David Beckham, I might want to play abroad like he has, not just in England, but Europe and America.
Beckham's played in America?
I find that hard to believe. I don't think they'd pay him enough money in
wolf tickets.
Football in America. Soccer. So he says this show seems like Vince McMahon wrote it. No. This show seems like the wrestlers wrote it themselves.
This is a Triple H booking show.
And Pickle says, so why does California have 8 pro sports teams? You think somewhere in South America or in Iceland can afford the residuals of a football franchise or a baseball franchise?
Football, I think so, because how it works in the NFL is all the money goes in as a corporation and all the money gets delegated out. So anywhere can have a football team. That's why Green Bay can compete with the Giants. Or the Kansas City Chiefs can compete with the Cowboys.
Well, and there's a lot of South American soccer, football, if you want to call it that.
Football?
That have soccer fucking teams.
Yeah.
So.
Usually more state ran than anything else, but yeah.
Yeah, but Argentina, Brazil, they all have soccer teams. Robbie says, why does AEW add New Japan to their pay-per-view when you don't really see it on Dynamite? They do a whole pay-per-view called Forbidden Door. It's like whatever their thing is. I don't know, Robbie. I really don't.
Literally the $1 million question.
Robbie has a dad joke for you. What did the biscuit say when it fell over?
Limp Bizkit?
Oh, crumbs.
Oh.
Pickle says it's somewhere if you believe most Americans are the best MMA fighters. Do other countries have Bellator or Euro fighting promotions?
Well, it was banned in France, and I wouldn't necessarily say America has the best fighters by any means. I think Russia has the best fighters.
Some of them.
And then after that, you've got good ones in America, obviously. But Europe, I want to call England Europe. But Europe has good fighters also, and now you're seeing the French come in now that they've legalized it. And Brazil is stacked with great fighters.
Yeah.
They actually have a style that is what everybody does.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah.
Yeah. People says if people are willing to spend the money, they go to Abu Dhabi or Vegas just to see the fight cards.
Yes. I wonder why the crowd wouldn't shut up when they told them to.
Robbie says, yes, David Beckham owns a football team in America. They're Miami, that Messi plays for.
Oh. That's kind of cool.
People says, see on the other end who promotes and supports MLS and are the best going over to the freaking States.
Are they getting paid, though? I just feel like there's no money in it. Because nobody's going to watch it.
Chris says, Okada. Robbie says, come on, Dave, and you thought that was funny. Yes, your dad joke's hilarious. Pickle is like, so, I'm putting things out here that mostly make sense to me. It's all right. Vindicator says, so these Okada segments are nearly as cringy as Jericho and his trees. They're basically mocking Okada limited English, making him say bitch every week. Yawn. What, Vin? You can't say that about a promotion that you love so much. People says, but I'm curious to know that other athletes from other countries, yes, they want to be rich. They want all the titles. Yes, they want to be given all the flowers. And I'm not saying that possibly that they aren't talented, but I am saying that if you have to change a game for their quote unquote talent, then
Style,
then you're literally not doing any favors for anybody.
300 pounds, 7'4".
It's weird to me. It doesn't make any sense. It's probably why I've never been a basketball fan.
Eddie?
And will probably ever.
That name? Eddie?
Probably
Eddie?
something like that.
Zach Eddie. He's 7'4" and weighs 300 pounds.
I think they should have to raise the basketball hoop like 5 feet.
Why do you want to change the rules? 5 feet?
Yeah.
It's not 15. Nobody would be able to even get close to Doug.
Good. They shouldn't. They should just grow them bigger. Get them 9 foot tall men. They've already got 7.5, 8 foot tall ones. Why not?
Right.
I mean, how's that okay? They should put a height limit.
Why? Anybody that's that tall isn't good.
They're trying to say so good, though.
They're good because they don't play the game the same as they used to.
Exactly. That's the problem. They made it all for pussy pants. Their participation trophy shit. This guy from Delaware that sounds like he's from the backwoods of Bayou, Louisiana. Chris is like, now here's Tanahashi, New Japan president.
Now he's trying to cut the same promo. It was actually funny.
This is working. You ain't nothing but fish and chips.
Boy.
Pebble Pig?
Either Pepper Pig, I think.
Peppa Pig? Oh my god, ain't done. Not your face, not your face. Did your whiskers get bent? What are you doing to your whiskers, buddy?
Renee's going to get replaced with Toasty Marshmallow.
Poor Toasty Marshmallow. I wouldn't wish AEW on her. Ugh. Gross.
She likes women, too. Maybe she can get Mariah May.
Pickle's like, very true. And so they go to the big markets. Robbie says, do you ever think AEW will introduce more titles? Well, of course. They have to have one for everybody. What are you talking about, Robbie?
Tag team titles for the girls, and then the United States tag team titles for the men, and then the United States tag team titles for the women, and then the Intercontinental tag team titles for the women, and then an Intercontinental title.
They don't even like tag teams, but Travis is like, just give them all tag team titles. They got to have a trios title for the women, too. or 6-man or whatever the fuck they call it and all their weirdness. Chris is like, timeless time. Vindicator says, so anyway, the best moment of the week. Only reason I turned in tonight, seeing my girls, Mina and Mariah, in action.
It's the only reason I'm watching.
They're funny and weird. Chris says, Timeless got better cape than Hermes Santa Claus drip. Here comes Mina.
Yeah.
And Piccolo says, what else is happening on TBS? All right, you got me stress eating. What? Stress eating? For why? Are you upset about the draft too? That guy thinks he's a bird. He's like, look, I gotta wear this little mask on my face. I'm a bird, people. I'm a bird, bitch.
What does she have covering her boobs?
A shirt?
Is it?
Who? Which one?
The one with her tits out.
Who has tits out? Are you talking about the
When you can see her
one
tits?
that usually has a knife?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's wearing like a bra-like thing that has like
That just cover the tits? Like, it's like white?
it's like a bra, a whole bra. And it's like a, what do you call that? Leopard print or something.
And a J. Oh, this is that 6-man title match.
Is it for a title?
No.
Oh.
I always say, whenever I say 6-man, I always say title. I don't know why.
Robin says, who are these two lap dancers with the shittiest entrance? I don't know who they
It's all
are.
good.
Why are you being mean to them?
Anna Jay changed the cut of her butt, so it's up there a little bit more now. She didn't used to wear clothes like that.
Pickle's like, thanks for that. Stress eating. Why are you stressed?
What you stressing about? Mina, the sperm cleaner.
What? Weird and creepy.
Let's have one ESP stuff. Wait. Oh, go watch that.
Espen too.
Oh, it looks way fun.
It's pickleball.
Oh, is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to stay within that gray or something?
I don't know. I've never played it. It's like tennis and what's that thing that's on a board?
Ping pong?
Ping pong mixed together. Chris is Harley Cameron. That's her name. Wearing the skirt like Liv outfit that Travis didn't like.
Not necessarily.
It's just kind of to the side though. It's got a slit that goes all the way up. It's a little different.
Harley Cameron's like 10 times better than Liv. And she's wrestled twice that I've seen.
Is it because of the knife she was carrying around for a while there?
She's just got a better body, and I don't know if she's as pretty, but she's right there with her. She's kind of weird looking, but she doesn't look like a frog. That other girl just slapped her titty.
They both did.
They slapped both of her tits.
Oh, God.
That's funny. Uh-oh. Remember when Paige was, like, pretty?
Ugh. She was?
That was so many years ago. I guess she's still got a pretty face. And then giantly weird boobs. But she still has, like, her butt's still, like, 2 eggs and a hanky.
Mm. Chris says, yeah, she has high energy, Harley Cameron.
Yeah, I dig her. She should go to WWE and tag with, what's her name? Shotzi. They're friends.
Harley Cameron?
Mm-hmm. Or Shotzi could go to AEW and become world champion. This is so much money to be made in WWE. Especially for their lower level talent. Like Sami Zayn and
Oh, yeah.
Chad Gable.
Pico says Saraya makes me miss goth girls. Chris says, yep, have Harley, Shotzi, and Scarlett along with Brandy Lauren.
Brandy Lauren. I don't know that one. Google.
Yeah, pillowy and stuff. They're just doing picture-in-picture, guys. And if anybody is worried about what's happening, they're just having a women's match right now.
Yeah. I mean, she'd kind of be the oddball out.
Hey, buddy.
Some pictures of her, like, did she get her boobs done or something? Because some pictures she has giant boobs. Where does she work now? OnlyFans?
Only a fan.
Yeah, I think her boobs got done.
What? That's ridiculous.
Well,
What? Those look so real.
I'm just saying, like, if you go back to her other pictures.
Chris's timeless Tony and Ariana Grace can also be like the Mega Powers, Hogan, and Macho. And Chris was like, yes. Yeah, she definitely probably had them done.
Yep, get it done. Sign them. That's the greatest draft ever, in my opinion. The 84 draft. You could argue that the 96 draft is the greatest of all time, though. But
People's like, see, this kid drafted by Chicago is Lithuanian. Looks freaking 16. This kid?
He could be.
He probably is only 16. They probably should check his birth certificate, but they'd probably just lie. They probably don't even have documents there.
Oh, shit.
Vindicator says, I definitely respect Mina for adjusting her pace to accommodate the slower American girls. Hope she brings it to Tony in her usual way for the title.
Yeah.
Well, they have to be very careful with Paige because she has broken neck syndrome, and so she could die. So you have to be really careful with her. She's like a porcelain doll. It's stupid.
Drops her down. Yeah. That should have lasted another half hour.
Probably.
I could have been okay with that. Trying to get him to get along.
Vindicator's like, happy the baby faces got the win. Too bad Mina just broke the alliance with Mariah, though. There was an alliance?
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, how terrible. Why would she do that?
Poor girl. Mariah May's dead. It's all Tony Storm's fault. She ducked. Most people wouldn't duck. They would take it for their friend. I need to be a kid again.
Hmm?
I said I need to be a kid again and watch wrestling. It'd be a lot funner.
Probably.
Mercedes.
Barf. Okay.
Sasha thinks she's the greatest of all time.
Alrighty.
She's
Quitter.
not even the greatest of her generation.
Quitter loser. Quitter loser.
The CEO of women's wrestling.
Chris is like, Mina. And Vinegar says, yeah, Saraya, Jericho, and Jarrett should be playing bingo at retirement homes right now. What? That's ridiculous. People's like, Tony plays such a fun part. Yeah, she doesn't do too bad with her weirdness that she's got going on.
I just don't like to look at her. That's my problem with her. Is I don't like her form. That creeps me out a little bit. And she wears clothes that make it worse.
Accentuate her form. Ravi says that tag match lasted, I will say that much. It's good to know. Vindicator says, but anyway, you guys be cool. I'll see you again next hump day. The eve of being independent, LOL. Take care, everyone. Cool.
Boo!
Bye then. Maybe you'll stay longer next time. Chris says the quitter is copying off Zelina Vega looks, and Robbie says Tony is she as well known as she portrays to be. Who knows? I don't know. Or says, here comes dipshit learning tree. God, she looks stupid.
You know, it'd be different if she could cut a promo.
Ugh.
But that is not for cats. You sure you want this downstairs?
What?
I said, are you sure you're going to want this downstairs? It'd be loud as fuck. Your turn to sleep.
It's going to be in another room. Not like you're going to put it right next to the bed or something.
You don't want to.
If that was the case, I'd throw it in the garbage and burn it.
Yeah, but it's going to be in that room. I don't know.
So? And I sleep with a fan on.
My Shibata.
You drink out of your other cup.
Oh, it's the learning tree.
Yeah, I knew you wanted pets. You freak. You're a little freak.
For the world title.
What are you doing, weirdo? Oh, I put it in my pocket. Oh, don't sit there. There you go. Apple? What the fuck? Robbie says, but no one knows Tony like they know other women's wrestlers. Robbie says, Big Cass, what an awful wrestler.
Is it just me, or it has... I'm just going to say it. Is it just me, or is every player that's getting drafted white? I know Urkel and the other... There was one other...
Those French guys were black.
There was one French guy.
Two. The first two that were drafted were fucking French. Fuck you.
I don't think so.
2 in a row.
2 years in a row?
No. 2 in a row tonight.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't know who went number 2.
Who's not even American? Has there, been one guy, maybe 2, that's been American guys that have been drafted so far?
Why are you so weird?
He's definitely a child. His debut in the EuroLeague was at 16 years old, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. He was born in 03? Is that what that said? Oh, yeah. He was born in 03.
To the defense. He doesn't even know how to play defense,
He looks
dude.
like he has Down syndrome.
He probably does.
Look at him.
Chris. Hi, guys. LOL, the branches. Yeah, Chris.
It's like Hulk Hogan when he said he just wrestled 370 days in a year before because he flew back and forth from Japan to America so many times.
He went back to the future and forward into the
Yes.
back to the past and into the future. Chris says, of course, Suzuki teaming with Learning Tree. No. Rob is like, this old timer.
Is this the guy with the weird hair? The one with the weird shaved head?
Maybe.
Yep, it's him.
He doesn't want to wrestle by his side. He wants to wrestle him one-on-one. Oh my gosh, you're avoiding me. You're scared of me. I hate your soft way of thinking now. The Learning Tree. But I don't want nothing to do with anything like that.
When's Bronny James gonna get drafted?
Never. If he's American. They don't like him anymore.
It's LeBron's son. He's getting drafted.
Nope. He probably won't get drafted until the 40s for a really shitty team.
You obviously have no idea what's going on. But he is going to get drafted late like that. Probably second round. But he could go at the end of the first. This draft isn't very deep, I've heard.
Well, if they're taking almost every single draftee and the first 12 are all from fucking different countries, yeah. Not very deep in Americas.
Number 6 was France. Is that Kane? No, it's just Joe.
Ugh. So weird. I don't know. was like the worst go-home show ever. We shouldn't even have done it. We didn't even need to be here. We're not even going to watch the pay-per-view.
Well,
Just a waste of our time. Chris says, I wish Gunther and Suzuki would have had a match that would have been a dream match.
Is he big enough to wrestle Gunther?
Robbie's like, AEW not full of surprises. What do you mean not full of surprises?
Why would you have a giant on your roster, but you don't treat him like a giant? He's just like some nerd. He's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. Sacramento selects Devin Carter from Providence, Rhode Island.
He's a tiny little man.
Yeah, he's probably a guard. Yeah, guard. He looks like he's already kind of bald. Poor kid. He's got all that nice hair up there. It's all gonna go away. Why is there so much time left? It's like slowed down. Jericho's butt cracks out.
Ew, gross.
The Redwood Big Bill. Because he's a tree. They're like, young man, make your hair as pretty as you can get it, because it's going away. You might want to call
just shave it.
No, call Bosley.
Do you think he has enough money for Bosley?
He just got drafted in the first round, yes.
Oh, you're talking about that guy. Oh, Anthony Carter's his dad, so I guess that means he's good. Just because your dad's good.
Anthony Carter was just a player. He wasn't...
So it's nepotism. Perfect.
He's obviously not as physical as his daddy. That's pretty funny. He could say, hey, to LeBron, hey, my son went higher than your son in the draft.
Chris says, oh, great. Khan said Shane is welcome in AEW.
Sure he is.
Well, I bet he would be. What? I mean, what? Tony Khan's going to turn him away? He'll probably just roll over and show his belly and be like, you can do whatever you want.
Bring Shane O'Mac in, but if you're going to do it, you do it as an invasion angle, like they're buying it. Don't bring him in as a wrestler or a GM or anything weird. You bring him in as a businessman that's buying the company.
Right.
And that would make for a interesting storyline. Have him come in with the WWE guys that just got cut. Like Jinder Mahal and such. Call him something. I could care less what you call him, but... That's what I need. Oh. I was throwing giant sticks in there. And I was like gorilla pressing one. Because I had shut the door and I was throwing them over the top.
Right.
And I like threw it, my back just went pop. And I was like, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt, but it probably was just adjusting itself, but it was like, and it hasn't hurt since. You know,
right.
I'm like, holy crap, it was scary though. I was like, I broke my back.
Weird. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Crazy.
The Wizards. I remember them being the Bullets, and that was a way better name. The Washington Bullets. Well, they had good teams, too.
Oh.
Do they say they weigh in kilograms? I always thought it was stone. Weighing in at 7 stone.
I don't know. Maybe. Okay, there we go.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we know what Zack Sabre Sr. is?
Maybe. Or not.
Yeah. Shouldn't have taken a shower before we got on. I'm so tired. I'm just like...
Well, that's
lost
what
you
happened.
about a half hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, those need to be clipped. I haven't played with them for a while.
That's a big nail. I'll poke your eye out there, buddy. Look at that thing.
Let's cut it off.
Hey. You doing? Huh?
And then, whatever that dude's name is, has like safety goggles on.
Who?
I don't know what his name is. Used to be with Adam Cole. Roderick Strong.
Oh. What? Weirdo. Is he gonna get afraid he's gonna get poked in the eye or something?
I don't know. So Portland just did a trade with the Bullets. Oh, it's Rudy Gay's cousin.
His mama named him Bub. What the fuck?
No way. It's got to be a nickname that just stuck. Bub.
Jesus Christ.
Did you mean Bud?
No, it's Bub. B-U-B. Bub.
Yeah, I know.
Bub. Oh, gee.
Oh my god, he just did a somersault. What is he, Otis? Or whatever. What's the... Eric? No, it's Ivar. Ivar. Remember Ivar? He finally went away.
Oh, did he?
You seen him?
In NXT? He finally just
no idea.
disappeared out of NXT, too? Can't be the Viking Raiders anymore because he doesn't have a tag team partner.
Mm-hmm. Either that or Eric's getting ready to return and they're reworking him a little bit.
Right.
Oh my god, Kyle O'Reilly is terrible, and watching this match is horrible.
Ew. You know what's even grosser about it, though, is, like, he looks like some guy who, like, forgot to wash his clothes and himself. And he's, like, looks gross and, like, sick because he's got those bags under his eyes and shit. And the outfit he has on makes it look like he has tidy whities that are, like, gray and dingy from, like, grossness. It's like, dude, yuck, man, come on. Your manties are gross.
Oh, Bedazzled in here. So we got Bedazzled and Stinky.
Alrighty then. But it's like AEW quantity over quality, yes or no?
Well, there's no quality, so yes. Every one of their goddamn wrestlers is the same guy. Like, I get letting... So, Jim Cornette, I'm not a huge fan. I love Jim Cornette, but I don't watch any of his stuff. When I say I'm not a fan, I mean, like, I don't watch his stuff. But I watched a short not too long ago, and it summed up wrestling in a nutshell. But they don't do it anymore. But it's like this. Like, you have a car, and you're driving down the street.
Mm-hmm.
And you come upon two people in the road, and one is big, and one is small, and they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And the big guy's kind of just whooping his ass, right? Because he's supposed to. So you'll see it, and you might slow down and watch this train wreck, or you might stick around.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But then all of a sudden, the little guy starts firing back. Now you'll pull over and actually watch this unfold. So now you're kind of interested, right?
Right.
And then, if you can do it where the little guy is doing well in parts and the big guy is doing well, you might pay $5 to watch something like that. And that's what wrestling's about. Like, but to have every fucking dude the same gas station attendant that went to gymnastics school when he was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
is ridiculous. Like, it's redundant, it's overdone, it's the same thing. O'Reilly is the exact same wrestler as the guy that he's wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the boring, weird boringness.
And it's just the same thing. And then Wheeler Yuta's the same guy. Danny Garcia's the same guy. Orange Cassidy, it's the same guy. What's his name? Darby Allin's the same guy. You can't have Daniel Bryan's the same guy. You can't have everybody the same guy and then expect people to get excited when they're all the same fucking dude.
True.
Like, you can't sell it as an underdog when everybody's the underdog. Then they're all no longer the underdog.
Yeah, nobody is.
So then you have to have a little guy that takes it to an extreme. And you've got, like, Pac and, what's his name? The one that broke his ankle.
Oh.
Deontay Martin.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you've got, so Pac, Deontay Martin, and Will Ospreay. And soon to be Samanity's boyfriend, Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take it to an extreme. So there'll be little guys that flip more than the other little guys that just ground and pound, like these two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see this? This is like, hey, if I wanted to watch Greco-Roman wrestling, guess what I wouldn't be doing right now?
Watching this.
Watching fucking wrestling.
It's true.
Because I would say, oh, this is stupid, this is fake. So why would you Greco-Roman wrestle in a wrestling match? Now, it's fun. Suplexes are great. It's one of the best parts about wrestling. But, come on, man. Do better. And if anything, put your big guys against little guys.
Ravi says the high-flying wrestlers don't seem as good anymore. Back in the day, yes, but not now, no.
Well, even your high flyers in the day, they could be strong. They could be powerful. I mean, especially like your Randy Savages. Randy Savage was a big, strong guy. Now, he got roided out later on, and he was too big and too strong. But you know what I'm saying. Like, the late 80s through the 90s, most of it, he was just a badass aerial assassin. And then you have Tito Santana, and you had Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know why I can't think of his name, but, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I don't know if you'd call Sting a high flyer, but he was a big dude that could jump. But I feel like if you're going to have wrestlers, they have to be guys that if you saw out, you wouldn't fuck with them.
Right.
And half these wrestlers, if you saw them out, you'd probably throw a drink at them or something.
Probably.
Like
They seem like douchebags.
Like, who's going to be scared of O'Reilly if you saw him out? No one.
Yeah.
Or Orange Cassidy. And then all of a sudden you're a bully.
Right.
Can you imagine picking on a wrestler and they call you a bully?
Yeah, that one guy did it. He cried on the internet. You were an internet bully to him and he cried.
Oh, that wasn't a wrestler though, but yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. That guy. He's actually on here.
Yeah.
Young or whatever his name. Back in the day, if you walked up to somebody and, got in their face, like, I'll just, like, Brock Lesnar, right?
Yeah.
Throw your drink at him.
See what happens.
Spit in his
dare
face.
you!
Spit in his face. Slap him. You know what I mean? Like, these guys would file a police report.
Right.
Brock Lesnar wouldn't even send you flowers.
And they probably are the type of people that want to defund the police.
Right. Well, I don't know about all that, but
I'm teasing.
I'm just saying that's the difference in the superstars nowadays. Is like, I could even see Roman Reigns, like, filing a lawsuit if you attacked him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Cody be like, oh my God, you're hurting you're going to scar me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I'm not saying anything negative about it. It's just a softer generation. But back in the day, you wouldn't. I don't even know what would happen to you with some of those guys if you tried to fight them. The Fabulous Freebirds probably shoot you. The Road Warriors.
Right.
You would get beat up. And then who are think of the other ones. Who was the one that's in fuck, I don't know why my brain's not working. Probably because I haven't eaten yet. Who's the one that knocked Vader's eye out?
Yeah. Like, literally knocked his eye?
Oh, yeah, he knocked his eyeball out in the middle of the match.
Gross.
They were hitting each other that hard where his eye popped out. Vader's eye popped out and he kind of pushed it back in, but it was still, like, bulging out for the rest of the match.
Gross. Robbie says, soft like the Andrex toilet paper that D uses. I don't even know what that is, Robbie. It sounds gross.
It's funny because I know the guy's name. Or the Funks. Can you imagine going up to Terry Funk and spitting on him? He would smack the shit out of you.
Right?
For like 15 minutes. I'm trying to think of a wrestler that wouldn't have kicked your ass in the 80s or 90s. David Arquette, maybe? He's a champion. Former wrestler. Rey Mysterio. Because I know Jericho would at least fought you. He might not have won, but he would at least tried.
Right?
Chris Benoit might have killed your family.
Chris says New Jack would have ended you.
And New Jack would cut your throat with a blade without any question, guaranteed. Yeah.
No, Zack Sabre won. How weird.
I can't believe I can't think of his name. Who's the dude in the Hulk Hogan movie with Zeus? No Holds Barred. And he's in the bathroom. He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Those two big boys, they just let him go. I bet you there was times in that fight that they didn't even realize they were in a wrestling match. Look, when he went to the
Chris
Hall of
says
Fame.
Jake the Snake would have fucked someone up back then.
Oh, yeah. When he went to the Hall of Fame, he joked around.
Oh.
But, yeah, his eyeball fell out of his head.
That's crazy.
And he pushed it back in. So that's what it looked like after the match. Or during the match.
It's gross.
And they saved it. You're very distracted, huh?
Not very. I'm distracted, but not very distracted. You're trying to figure out a guy I can't even help you with.
Well, I know, but Google.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to Google, dude.
Anyways, it's Stan Hansen.
Okay, Stan Hansen. There you go, Chris. Stan Hansen.
Yeah, can you imagine going up to Stan Hansen and fucking...
He's the dude with the eye?
No, that's...
Oh, different guy? Okay. I don't know who Stan Hansen is.
He's just a man.
He's a man. Just a manly man. His manliness. That's funny.
Not only would he whip your ass, but he would, like, enjoy it.
Chris as Bruiser Brody.
Yeah. Bruiser Brody beat the shit out of you. I mean, those guys beat up their friends. Like in matches and shit.
They did. Then they stuffed him in, trunks and stuff.
Big Stan Hansen. That's the guy I remember right there. He always had that chaw, and it was just everywhere.
Ew.
Oh, yeah. All over him. When he'd wrestle.
That's nasty.
That was a man's man. It's my man crush.
She does news stuff. Little news blurbs. Pickle says, yeah, I would have told you 20 minutes ago, but I was cleaning up the kitchen. That's all right. Chris says, Abdullah the Butcher. Pickle says, Hansen always had a bull rope and a wad of chew in his mouth.
That huge wad, dude. His chaw, rah, rah, rah. It was always so gross, too.
That would have made you never want to do chew. Just watching that would have been like, no thank you. Like, gross.
Even your glory wrestlers at that time, would be Sting, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. They're not going to just walk away from a fight.
No, they definitely wouldn't.
Kurt Hennig. I just can't think of any wrestler from the 80s and 90s that would walk away. Maybe Shawn Michaels. I think even Bret Hart would fight.
Chris says, I remember in ECW the Dudleys had a promo called the Heatwave Incident where Bubba went off script dissing the crowd. Called them faggots. Dee would have been proud of that promo.
That's awesome.
A little bunch of softies out there. Nowadays they just cry about it.
Wouldn't we all? Get canceled.
Yeah.
I need you for 7 more minutes.
I'm here. They got beach break happening. Chris says, oh shit, forgot about Shark Week. Shark Week.
Yeah, that's coming up pretty soon, isn't it? It's in July. It was at the last of July last year.
They're going to do it the first week of July now? Because it said next week.
Date. We never watch it anyways. We always have good intentions, but we usually never do it.
Yeah, it's true.
Sometimes I'll even record them all, and they just sit on the DVR for a year, and I delete them. Hey, look. Finally.
Hey, he's our main event.
Finally.
Is it an actual match?
Yeah, but watch. It'll be against somebody that's absolute trash. I have a feeling it's going to be against somebody that's no good. And it'll last 20 minutes. There. I said, when is Shark Week? We'll find out. July 7th. 7th through the 13th.
So not really next week. It's the week after 4th of July. So. It's a tag match? It's weird.
So him and Ospreay are tagging together. Why is Ospreay out there?
They're working. They're having a match together. Somebody, and your tag partner. This guy.
So dumb. I guess.
So they have to tag together because they're having a match at Forbidden Door.
I guess I could pay attention.
I don't know who they're having a tag match against tonight, but you know, there's that. Chris says, now Prince Nana wearing Gucci belt because the double G letters. That makes sense. I knew that the double G's meant Gucci, but I didn't know that what's his face had on was Armani. So there you go.
Oh, you didn't know?
That's dumb.
I've heard that. Who is that?
It's the Gates of Agony.
I don't know what they are, but I like them.
I think we've seen them before. Come out.
That other guy's got really big ears.
Oh my goodness, those are big ears.
Since you've been gone. There, I put it in my schedule.
Chris says the bloodline. Oh yeah?
Way better bloodline, I can tell you that already, than that crap we have in WWE right now. Although that Jacob Fatu looks like he could be fun. That, what did they call him, the werewolf? The SmackDown werewolf or something.
Oh, Jacob Fatu, yeah, he's the werewolf.
Yeah, but there's a first name with it.
I'm sure there was, but I don't remember. Chris might know it. He knows a lot of that stuff.
But this guy looks way cooler than anybody in the bloodline. And this other guy that's actually in the ring looks badass too. He's a little small, but that guy on the outside would fit right in. Old Will Ospreay. I guess I could listen to it. I haven't had my earpiece in for a while.
Oh.
Since I was telling my story.
Nice.
The
Chris says the Samoan werewolf? Is that what they call him?
That's probably it. Pops him up. Screwed it up. Flatliner. Back springboard.
This person has like a clean room and they're like, I finally figured out how cat hair was getting into my clean room. Look at the cat in the hole. Keep watching. It gets funnier.
I could see ours do it for sure.
Right?
Little dinglies, dinglies.
Yeah. Chris says, yes, in MLW, that's what he was called. I'm sure in WWE as well. Probably then.
Yeah.
The Samoan werewolf.
It's awesome.
What?
There's another white kid. The Lakers took Dalton Kinetic.
It's probably necked.
From Tennessee.
Or netched.
Netched.
But the K is most likely silent.
Netch. And the T and the K are silent. Netch.
It might be netch. Mm-hmm.
We're trying to make Netch happen.
Well, it's better than that one kid's name. I'm not saying it because people take it wrong. But it has a K and then... Yeah. And you pronounce the K, but nobody thinks you pronounce the K. Mm-hmm. And his first name's Noah. That makes it even funnier.
Yeah, I can't remember how to say it. He's going to be playing...
It's like Kanega or something like that. It's like Kanega. It's Noah Kanega. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. It's Kanega. But yeah, every commentator in the world's like, how do you say this kid's name? Oh, his daddy knew what they were doing when they named him Noah. Shit, those guys had fucking jokes for days on that. Chris says WWE in Uganda for a PLE. Yeah, that's it.
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to work with LeBron. They're going to trade me for Bronny. There's this guy that does animation for basketball, like shorts. It's so fucking funny.
Basketball shorts? Like
a short.
Oh.
And they're basketball, but they're animated, and it's like LeBron and
I see.
And others, like during the playoffs and stuff. And now it's, now it's about JJ Redick, because JJ Redick is the new Lakers head coach. There was somebody on the internet last year dogging him because he had said something, and they're like, dude, you couldn't even coach high school. Like, the guy was just saying that. He's like, at best you'd be a high school coach or something. And then JJ replied and he said, actually, I'm coaching fourth graders. Like being a smart ass. Mm-hmm. But he was. He was helping coach. Now he's the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's funny.
So he has no experience, obviously. And
right.
Now he's the head coach.
Oh, God.
Of the Los Angeles Lakers. And so everybody's like, how'd you get that job? Because he's really good friends with LeBron James. I mean, like, really good. So.
No, did he?
Maybe.
Or maybe. Chris says WWE might as well have Cody main event PLE in Russia since they like going international. Sure.
Yeah, they're not going to do a Russian one anytime soon unless they're a new president at the end of this year. Then, because that war would stop if we get a new leadership. Mm-hmm. And then they would open it up and you could see something like that happen. Mm-hmm. But it's going to take a couple years. It's not happening anytime soon. And I don't know if Cody would be the main eventer by then. Might be Roman again. Or Gunther. Tristan da Silva.
What the?
Is that a white kid? Sorry, this is like the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. No, he's something that's not white.
He's like Hispanic or some kind. Chris, WWE in Yemen. Fuck, dude. Throw him in the Ukraine, bitches. Good luck.
WWE in the Congo. that'd be fun. Actually, it would be fun. I just don't know how stable it is. You know, because you're supposed to go there. If you go there, you're supposed to hire security and stuff. You could do South Africa. Oh, God. Swerve with the save. After this match is over, they're going to go face-to-face. And then it's going to go off the air. Whose house? Whose house? Yeah, I think this is the only pay-per-view on a Sunday that we have to worry about with the House of Dragon stuff. Because there's only 8 episodes. So it's only 6 more weeks.
Piggle's like, all right, y'all, have a great night. What? We're still watching the rest of this. They're going to go over at least a few more minutes, Picola.
It's probably over on his TV.
Oh, yeah, it's not on ours. Chris is like, call it the Iron Curtain.
With Gunther leading the way. You could have Hermie headline it. Since he is Russian. They don't even hide it.
Right.
Is that him or you?
That what?
That noise.
What noise?
Either him or you.
I didn't make any noises.
So your belly's not making noises?
Mm-mm.
I want that car. It's your new hot rod.
That's funny.
The old Triumph Spitfire.
Chris. Okay, bye, guys. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye. We're still watching it. It's still on our TV.
I just don't know why you'd want a TV in your bathroom.
In your bathroom? Ew.
Like there.
That's
like even if you're sitting on the
gross.
toilet, you can see it. I guess you could sit backward.
That's just dumb.
I've heard people do that. Like straddle the two.
That's weird.
I've never even tried it.
Well,
It's
Will
over.
Ospreay and Swerve, they won it together. Now they're going to fight each other in their face.
Because they have faces.
Mm-hmm.
For fighting. Will just walked away, it looked like. Is he going to hit him from behind? No, did he? Now you can start saying no, McMahon.
True.
Oh, he took the belt, stole it.
He's
That's
like,
lots
oh,
of-
there it is. I
Oh,
got
God,
it.
Swerve kicked him in the leg. Oh, sideswiped. Knocked him out.
Ooh.
Swerve ain't putting up with that shit. You know, and Ospreay deserved it. I can't say he didn't. He stole the belt. If you steal a man's property, you deserve to get knocked the fuck out.
It's true.
Will Ospreay looked like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall.
Well, if anybody's still out there and you're interested, AEW is having a pay-per-view this Sunday. It is their Forbidden Door one. We will not be here for that, though. But we're going to be here Friday for SmackDown. So join us then. We'll see you on Friday.
Thanks for watching Wrestling. Yeah, bye-bye.